Hey guys, Axel here, and today's video is going to be a review of the FiiO KA15 dongle. One of the most feature-packed dongles that I have ever seen in my life, and I want to let you guys know what I think about it. So let's begin. So this is the box that comes with the KA15. It's a nice small box. You get an instructions manual, a quick start guide, and you get this carrying case, which kind of fits nice. Like you insert it like so, and it will change the color. By the way, this comes in like blue and black colors, but it doesn't matter if you use the case. Anyway, it's a nice case, and you get a small USB-C to Type-C OTG cable, and that's about it. In terms of the build quality, I think it's sturdy. The build quality is amazing. I think it's made out of aluminum, maybe CNC machined if I remember correctly. And let's look at the buttons on the right side. You get the blue button is the menu button. It allows you to go to the menu to adjust the settings. You get the positive and negative volume adjustment, which also double as a previous track and second track if you hold it for 2 seconds. And then you get this toggle, which you can use to turn this dongle to work into desktop mode, which I'm going to talk about in a second. We have a color display on the front, and there's a lanyard hole here, and then you get one input, which is the USB-C input. Now I'm going to connect a USB-C cable so that I can show you guys the screen. So there you go. This is how the dongle starts, and you can see there are these like cassette tape type of thing, and they roll when you start to play the music. On the far left, you can see the volume, and you can adjust it like in terms of like 60 steps or 120 steps for like a more fine adjustment. You get the filter type in the middle, and then on the right at the USB 2 type mode, UAC. And then you get on the lower part, I activated the voltage and current monitoring. So it kind of shows you when it's playing the music, it kind of shows you how much voltage and how much current the device is using. If we go ahead and press and hold on the menu button, you will get the first option, which is the filter change. And if we press again, you get the equalizer. You get a lot of options and even customized options, which you can use in the FiiO app and on the online website, which I'll explain in a moment. You get the volume adjustment, like I said, 60 steps or 120 steps, okay? I think 60 is more than enough because you cannot use it and hold it. It will not accelerate. It will change the track. Key mode is you have a few options, and basically in the app it tells you if you change to mode B, some of the buttons change their functions. And if you like that kind of thing. The DAC mode, you have Class H and Class AB. There is a small difference between them. I would say it's a very, very, very small difference. Maybe like AB is slightly smoother sounding or more natural sounding. It's a very, very small difference. It comes with the default Class H, and I left it at that. You get a balance to adjust the left and right balance of the volume, and then you get the mic option. You can enable or disable that. It's not only the mic option, it also allows you to control like the inline controls. If you have a mic cable, it allows you, like, for example, to use the play and pause and like skip tracks and so on. But yeah, let me go on again. And then you get the SPDIF on and off, because this 3.5 output doubles also as an SPDIF output if you have an SPDIF cable. And then you get the UAC mode 1 or 2 in case if you want to connect it to a gaming console. You get the brightness, which adjusts the brightness of the screen. And you get the rotation, which changes the rotation of the screen. How much time before the display turns off. VNC is the voltage and current display, which you can see on the bottom. I leave it on, but you can turn it off. And then you get the theme and style. You can turn it like into 4 styles, whatever color you like, orange, green. I like the blue. And then you get the language, the version of the firmware, and reset. That's it. Another press and hold, and you're back in the main screen. Now, there are a lot more options in the FiiO app. Like, you can change all these options in the FiiO app, and even more. Like, you can adjust the EQ in the FiiO app, change the filters, change the UAC mode, change like a lot of things in the FiiO app. And on top of that, there is the FiiO control website, which is like FiiOcontrol.fiio.com, which allows you to adjust a 10 parametric EQ, 10 band parametric EQ, and save profiles as well. So you can adjust your settings, like for people who use Mac or people who use iPhones, you can just connect this to a PC or a Mac, of course, and just go on using like something like Chrome or a similar browser that supports the web USB API, and it will allow you to adjust your EQ and save your setting, adjust the settings, and so on. So as you can see, it's feature packed, and I think one of the best features about it is the screen, the display. It's just so much easier to change a lot of the settings when you just see the screen and you have a menu button. Another thing I want to mention is that when the screen turns off, the lower volume, like lowering the volume button, it doesn't work. You have to press on the increasing volume button for the screen to work again. Another feature is that it's nice to see the level of volume before you even play your music, so your ears are not blasted with high volume suddenly. And that's pretty much it. Does it get warm? Slightly warm, nothing too hot, nothing too warm or anything like that. And now let me talk about the sound. Now the sound of the FiiO KA15, I would describe it as neutral warm. So it's a neutral sounding, but definitely leaning on the warm side, still maintaining a lot of detail. Like this is a very detailed dongle, and it has a lot of excellent separation, very good stage, excellent imaging. But one thing I noticed is that when you turn this desktop mode on, even if volume matched without it, still a lot of things improve. The stage improves, dynamics improve a lot. You get not necessarily more detail, but you get better separation, bass tightens up, and it's really powerful. Speaking of power, this is one powerful dongle. Like when you connect it to desktop mode, you can get up to, I think, 560 milliwatts on the balanced output. And this makes it great for driving hard to drive IMs, makes it great for driving headphones. I tested it with the 6XX and it drives it from the balanced in a nice way. Like it can get loud, the dynamics are there, they do not suffer, and it's just an amazing sound. Now, I will do a quick comparison here to illustrate the differences between them, and I will include a comparison with the Tangent Luna, which is one of my favorite dongles. First of all, like in terms of the sound, I still think after comparing them side by side, volume match, that still the Luna is a bit more uncolored. It's a bit more transparent. It has that, like, I don't know, like uncolored, linear, transparent sound that you can feel after you compare it with something that is leaning on the warm side like the KA15. That KA15 is not a warm sounding dongle. Like for example, the Awful Snowy Night is a warm sounding dongle, but this is in neutral. But definitely it has warm undertones going on in the low end, and you can feel that specifically with things like note weight, male and female vocals, a lot of the instruments. There's a good amount of note weight here, whereas the Luna is a bit flat, a bit linear, a bit more transparent. The Luna is more detailed, slightly more detailed, has better separation, better stage, more precise imaging. These differences aren't huge, you know. They are slight, but they're still there, and they are like clear to me when I compare them side by side. But I want to mention it because if someone wants to buy one of these and they're looking, they know what they want. They want the uncolored, the neutral, the transparent sounding, and they want to hear every ounce of little detail. You're going to get it with something like the Luna. Now, the KA15 will give you still a lot of detail, but keep in mind that it's slightly, just slightly, it has a hint of warmth on top. Of course, you can change. Now, when it comes to the features now, I think the KA15 pulls up ahead, and they cannot be compared. It's just packed with way more features. And while I can control the Luna from the Tangent app, still the FiiO provides most of these functions except the EQ. Actually, also some of the EQ functions. You can control them from the dongle itself, and you can see the display showing you what's going on, even the voltage and current monitoring, the level of the volume without playing it, the sample rate. All these things are very helpful. Another thing is the FiiO also, as I said, gives you the EQ function. So if you don't like it sounding warm, you can change that. If you want to increase the bass, you can change that. And it has the FiiO app as well. And on top of that, it gives you the FiiO control website so you can control all these functions. So they can be compared in terms of sound, definitely. Another thing is that the FiiO pulls up ahead when it comes to the power output. In desktop mode, it's just a beast. Yes, the Luna is more powerful in non-desktop mode, but when it comes to the desktop mode, just the KA15 is another beast completely. Keep in mind though that the desktop mode, like there's a trade-off, which is it like draws a lot of battery quickly when you use it in desktop mode. Just keep that in mind. You will not have a problem if you use it with your PC. So these are great sounding dongles. Both of them get my recommendation. If you want the linear sound, you get the Tangent Luna. If you want the utmost clarity, like if you want the transparency, because after the Luna I felt like a small, very tiny layer was just covered, you know, removed from the sound of the KA15 when I listen to the Luna. But if you want the features, if you want the display, if you want to change the settings from the dongle itself while still having a very neutral sound, a lot of detail as well. Like I think this level of detail is amazing, honestly, and it can compete with very detailed dongles. I think the KA15 is the option here. I think it's hard to beat when it comes to the features, honestly. Specifically, the EQ is just amazing and unheard of. And of course, if you want something very portable, very nice, I've been testing this lately. This is the KiWi Ears Allegro. It is a very nice, it doesn't have a lot of power, but it's definitely there, and it is like, you know, you could say it's the most portable option. That concludes our review of the KA15. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.